Hello again, this is Michael from TOEFLresources.com, and today I'm really happy to present our very first video about the speaking section of the TOEFL. Today we're going to talk about question type 3 in the speaking section, which is better known as the campus announcement question. The question we're using for practice today is taken from the official guide to the TOEFL. It's from practice test 1 in that guide. You might remember it as the question about the elimination of bus services. Now, I can't give you the actual question here because that's owned by ETS, but don't worry. If you don't have the book, it's okay. I'm going to give you all the notes and information that you need. And not only that, but the video is meant to give you universal strategies, which will work no matter what the question is. So again, if you don't have the question in front of you, it's totally okay. The video will still be very useful for you. So with that said, let's get started. Now, there are a few things you need to know about question type 3 in the speaking section. Here they are. First of all, the question always starts with an announcement related to a university campus. It's one paragraph long. You read it. It's about 5 or 6 or 7 sentences, and it's always about a typical situation on a university campus. It always relates to campus or academic life. That's followed by a discussion about the announcement between a man and a woman. That's always something you're going to listen to. One of the speakers will either support or oppose the announcement. It's always one of them that has an opinion, and it's that one person that you're going to focus on and you're going to speak about in your answer. It's always just one of them with an opinion. Finally, he or she will provide 2 supporting reasons for why they support or oppose the announcement. All right, so that's the question. The question type never changes. It's always an announcement, it's always a conversation, and it's always one person who has an opinion. Once you know that the question never changes, you can take good notes because the type of notes you're going to take will never change. So, what kind of notes should you take? Well, you're going to start by taking a few notes about the announcement. Here's what I took in my notes using this sample question. First of all, I took a quick note about the topic of the announcement. That one was easy. I said that the topic was bus services. The next thing I took a note about was something from the beginning of the article or the beginning of the announcement. I noted that free bus service for students was being eliminated. Next, I took a note from the middle of the announcement, from the middle of the article. I said, because too few students ride the bus. Finally, I took a note from the end of the article. I said, money saved will be used to expand parking lots. So basically, no matter what the announcement is, you should reach for the topic, something from the beginning of the announcement, the beginning of the article, something from the middle, something from the end. Next, notes from the conversation. This is the most important part of the question, the conversation. It's much more important than the announcement, which means it's a little bit more difficult. But no matter what the conversation is about, no matter what the topic, no matter what the question, your notes are going to be pretty much the same. You need to understand that. Here's the notes that I took from the practice question. First of all, I noted the man's opinion. I said he was against the plan. He's either for it or against it, so that's easy. Next, remember that he always has two reasons for his opinion. Reason one and then reason two. So I made a note of his first reason. I said, the problem is that the bus route doesn't go where students actually live. That's his first reason. And then to go along with that, I noted a couple of the details he mentions. First detail, instead they go to expensive neighborhoods. Second detail, change route and more students will ride bus. You notice I'm not using complete sentences. Okay, so that's the first reason with two details. And then I noted his second reason. Cutting back on parking will just encourage more students to drive. And then I got a couple of details. More students driving will lead to noise and traffic, and then more parking will be needed. The difference between a high scoring and a low scoring answer is really these details. Everyone, even the low level students, need to get the two reasons. And if you want to get a high score on this question, you're also going to need to get these details. There's always about two details that go with each reason. Get one. If possible, get both. You might not be able to get both details. It's very difficult, I understand. But understand this. There's always a reason with two details. There's always a second reason with two details. Try your best. Try your best to get the details. All right. So, those are our notes. How do we structure our answer once we have our notes? How do we organize it? Well, if you watched my videos about the writing section, you'll know that I love templates. You'll know that I love structure. The great thing about templates is you can use them no matter what the topic of the question is. If it's a type 3 speaking question, you can use the same template every time. So let's check it out. Our answer is going to begin with a statement like this. The announcement is about. And then you're going to say something like, it states that. You're going to say something like, the man disagrees with the plan, or the man agrees with the plan. Then you're going to say, he feels this way for two main reasons. First of all, secondly. And that's it. This template works no matter what the topic is. Maybe they're talking about buses. Maybe they're talking about the library. Maybe they're talking about the student cafeteria. No matter what it is, this template's going to work. You could make a few changes. You might need to say the memo is about. You might need to say the woman disagrees, of course. You might need to say she feels this way. You could change states to claims or some other verb. But basically, this template works no matter what. No matter what, it works. I promise. You can use it. So, with that said, let's put it into use. Let's test it out. All right. So I'm going to give you my answer for this speaking question. And the text will be on the screen, so you can pause the video and read it if you need to. All right, here goes. The announcement is about bus services on campus. It states that the university will be discontinuing its free bus service for students. It mentions that the service is being eliminated because few students make use of it, and that the money saved by eliminating the program will instead be used to expand the student parking lot. The man disagrees with this plan. He feels this way for two main reasons. First of all, he says that the problem with the existing bus routes is that they don't go to where students actually live. instead passing through locations which are too expensive for students. If the buses actually went to their homes, they would be more likely to take them. Secondly, he points out that building a new parking lot will simply encourage more students to drive to school instead of taking the bus. He says that this will lead to more noise and traffic around campus, and in the end, even more parking spaces will be needed. Okay, so that's an answer using the template. You can see here's the beginning of the template the announcement is about. Here's the part where I read my notes about the article. It states that. Here's my transition. The man disagrees with this plan. He feels this way for two main reasons. You can see here's the first reason with all the details, and here's the second reason with all the details. It works, I promise. The template works no matter what it is. Now, I speak quite quickly as a native speaker. You might be speaking a little bit more slowly. That means you might have to delete some stuff because you won't have time for all of this information. If that's the case, the best part to delete is this summary of the announcement. This is the least important part of your answer. This answer would be perfectly fine if everything after this was eliminated. You could simply say the announcement is about bus services on campus. It states that the university will be discontinuing its free bus service for students, period, and then talk about the man's opinion. You could delete all of this stuff and the answer would still be okay. I repeat, the most important part of your answer is your discussion of the man's opinion with his two reasons and the details. All right, that's all I have to say about type 3 speaking. If you have any questions, you can post them in the comments below the video. And for more of this stuff, you can either subscribe to our channel or visit TOEFLresources.com. Up there, we've got templates for all the essay questions, all the speaking questions. We've got a whole bunch of sample TOEFL essays, and we've got descriptions of all the listening and reading questions. In short, we've got a lot of great stuff. I hope you'll check out the website. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.